Man, my typical solo victory cup intro. I'm not gonna lie. This solo victory cup had me tight from start to finish. And that wasn't even due to the usual typical in-game things that happen. There was so many things from Epic Games Control that were absolutely griefing me and nearly caused me to miss this qualification. In game number 1 though, we are landing at our typical drop spot, and we land at this house first. Unfortunately though, there's not a single gun or chest inside of it, and an opponent who lands late grabs a gun from outside and comes in and eliminates me, and I die off spawn in game number 1. In game number 2, things end up going a little bit better. I do make it to the end game and get a free elimination on this opponent who's trying to rotate in this end game. As I'm W-king another opponent though, unfortunately for me, the opponent with the dash medallion awareness checks me here and dashes up to height, hitting me for a significant amount of damage. And as I try to build down and rebox, unfortunately, he sprays in and gets caught in my cone and simply bleeds through and ends up taking me out pretty early in game number 2. In game number 3, we are finally going to start picking things up. I have some Flowberry Fizz, and since we haven't been playing that well early on, we are in a very dead game. And fortunately, I do make it to the end game this time, and here's how the end game went. Can I stop just getting obliterated?
I'm dead. Oh my gosh, bro. Kid's not a better fighter than me.
Game number 4, this is where the Epic Games debauchery really starts to happen. As you can look on the screen, I end up not having any indication that I'm actually in a tournament here. As you can see, my score emblem has completely disappeared from the lower screen, and after I end up picking up this elimination and getting top 75, I am completely unsure if I'm actually in a Fortnite tournament or not, or if I had somehow queued into a pub game. Unfortunately though, as I'm at Windmill, I end up going down here without having any clue if this actually impacted my tournament, and unfortunately for me, it did, but to me, this was incredibly annoying since that's what I'm focused on instead of what's actually going on in game. In game number 5, I once again make it off spawn, and as you can see, the emblem is actually back. I'm about to make a rotation, but unfortunately for some reason, after this opponent doesn't even crack my shield, he W keys me until we're both in a 2-tick storm, and I'm pretty much shambles. But I'm left to clutch up here, and here's how I do that.
Rose got peace. found it, bro. I just choked my most important shot.
After getting that huge impact, I play out the rest of this endgame, and here's how that endgame went.
Dude, what's up, man?
Yo, my game needs to update, guys. I don't think I can play.
Damn, that's so Where you been at, man?
I was out of the house. That's why I haven't played. Sadly.
Yeah, man, I actually got lucky enough because I didn't know there's a catch cup until Talon told me. I just fucking saw Talon in the call. I was like, yeah, because I saw Talon in the call. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm bored as fuck. I'm gonna try to join.
Introduce her. Make me proud. Both of you.
Thank you.
Front side, please stop hitting everyone. After that unfortunate endgame, I still am not qualified, and there's about 40 minutes left in the tournament. If you look to the bottom right of the screen, you can clearly see that it says that I only have one game remaining. So that means I'm gonna wait, since there's about 40 minutes in the tournament, to play until there's about 20 minutes left, so I can get into a WK game, rat, and hopefully end up easily squeaking out a qualification with placement points. However, unfortunately, when I come back from Forever Zone Wars around that time, it magically appears that I actually have 2 games remaining. So I just wasted the last 15 to 20 minutes when I could have easily been racking up points in multiple games and making my qualification a lot easier. Now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, whether or not I want to W key here or just simply play it out and pray everything works out in this last game when I really had to. Since Epic Games had robbed me of this last game, I used that as motivation to qualify despite the fact of the visual error that they had showed me. So in game number 6, I'm looking to clutch up here and hopefully end up making it to finals. And fortunately, I end up making it to the end game, and here's how the end game went.
Freaking 24. Yeah, but I have to kill every person. Top kill too.
Calm.
Too late. I'm not gonna fall. Thanks for bagging rights. I just got lightning. What? I'm getting lightning in a solo cash cup. Yeah, I'm just playing.
After clutching up in that last game and overcoming Epic Games' shortcomings, I'm feeling very good in going to the finals. And fortunately, in game number 1, I have everything that I need, but I do end up choking here. I don't have the best amount of materials, so I try to go for an impact on this opponent who's spraying someone to his right. I do crack his shield and hope to slide in, but he ends up placing a wall, and unfortunately, I get barrel stuff from behind with an auto shotgun and go down in the first game of final. In the second game of finals, things are not going that well. I unfortunately once again get W keyed in the mid game and don't have a lot of materials. And unfortunately, I have this max pull zone, so I know that I'm gonna have to go for an impact play, but fortunately, I end up clutching here. Check it out. After picking up that impact, we're a little bit better off than what we were. However, once again, we get a maximum pull across the water. And fortunately though, I somehow use every little bit last of my materials to end up making it in, but I don't have any mats. Do you guys think that I can clutch up here once again?
On my last match. I got scammed.
I can't believe it, I got an impact. It was incredibly sad to go out getting 3-tapped out of the air after getting both of those impacts after maximum distance pulls and having to go up 2 mountains, but to make it that far was an accomplishment in itself. Unfortunately though, in game number 3, it is the worst game of the finals. As I'm trying to bait this chest here, the opponent tries to grab it, and as you can see with my movement here, as I try to move to the left, there's some invisible barrier that's causing me to not be able to move. Thus, I have to jump and get out, and unfortunately the opponent had a shotgun, and he ends up taking me out. Overall, I actually don't think that I played that bad in this tournament, in my opinion. I think I did a good job of overcoming a lot of bad situations and maxing them out to the best of my ability. And the stuff with Fortnite, I'm not gonna lie, really had me frustrated this entire tournament. There were a lot of things that happened in-game as well that kind of just made me mad, but all of the stuff outside of the tournament that was really out of my control really made this tournament one of the most annoying that I can remember in a very long time. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop a like on it, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.